Hello, Tony Walker. One last video this afternoon I'm going to record. I just got finished doing some videos for these products right here. The One Outdoorsman Surefire flashlight and Surefire E2D LED Defender Ultra 500 lumen flashlight. So be sure to check those out, as well as the other videos. Going to come to multi-tools. The only other multi-tool video that I've done is for the Gerber suspension. And I did that a while back and put that up. And just like most hobbies, a lot of it's just buying and selling and buying and selling, and you get something and it's fine till the next thing comes out. And for a little while there, and I guess this happens sometimes with everything, instead of just saving up your money and buying one good product, a lot of times you'll buy 2, 3 inferior products. And while the inferior products a lot of times serve the purpose, once you get a bug for something, a lot of times you're not happy till you get that one item that you've been looking for. And I guess the same thing could be said about this. Got a Leatherman Multitool that I want to show you today. Back maybe about 2 years ago, I bought that Gerber suspension. Be honest with you, all the things on it, the only thing really I ever used was the knife, the scissors, and mainly the pliers. And so all the other things were very, very little. And I read a book one time on EDC. I think it was called the Practical Guide to Everyday Carry. You can find it on Amazon by a guy named Rob Robideau, R-O-B-I-D-E-A-U. No affiliation with him, just seems like a real good guy I've talked to online, actually a missionary in Nepal. And he has electricity for only a few hours a day, which explains why he's so into flashlights, which is how I first come across him with his flashlight podcast. A lot of you in the EDC world may be familiar with the Going Gear videos by Marshall Hoots, who has a store called Going Gear near Atlanta, Georgia, and has probably the best, one of the best flashlight channels online I've seen. Marshall Hoots, who owns that store, and Rob Robideau, the missionary in Nepal, they would produce a podcast about flashlights and EDC items. And Rob said one time about multi-tools, he said it's better to have one good multi-tool with a few tools that you actually use than a big multi-tool full of things that you'll never use. And that you could apply that philosophy to a lot of things. You know, the simple lifestyle, just have what you need. And so back when I got that Gerber suspension, I said, well, I don't want to spend $50 on a multi-tool, so I'll just get something cheaper. So I went to Walmart. It ended up spending $30 on a multi-tool. Where if I just, saved just a few more dollars, I could have got what I wanted to start with. So that little speech out of the way, just show you a few little things about this. Again, a lot of this I may never even use, but it is the hobby. I've sold most of the things in the previous YouTube videos since this last round of uploads. Most of those have been sold and out with the old, in with the new. And trying to narrow it down slowly but surely. Have me a couple good lights, a couple good knives, one multi-tool, and then I should be set for a while, rather than an accumulation of all sorts of things that just sit in my drawer at home. We'll start with the tool itself. This is a Leatherman Skeletool. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. This I did buy it off eBay. It said it was new, listed as new, and it appears new. It came with this and the Style CS, which is one of these. Came as a package, but actually, if you've watched all my videos, you've seen I've done a review about this before that I carry on my keychain. So I already had one, so I bought this for I believe $50 or so, $54. Sold the Skeletool for $14, and so I brought this down to about $40, which I think was a good deal. I could spend $30 for the suspension or $40 for the Leatherman, and it just seemed like smart, at least in my eyes. So a few little things about it. Doesn't have all the as many features as that Gerber multi-tool that I did carry, but this one is a lot smaller. Still got some heft to it, but not quite as heavy. One thing that I do like about it, it does have the pocket clip. The Gerber did not have that. It does have the pocket clip that is removable. It does have this where you could attach it to something. The style I do attach to my keychain, and although technically you could do that to a keychain, that's going to make for a heavy set of keys. Could do it, but not ideal. So you've got the pocket clip, you've got the carabiner, you have, open it up, well, I'll show you the knife. It does have the knife on it. Open it up like that. See the blade. To give you an idea for size, if you're familiar with the Griptilians, that is, to give you an idea about that. It does have a lock on it. Right there. So you press it in, and that allows the knife to close. Knife is fairly sharp, a lot sharper than I was expecting. So get the knife, you can get to the knife from the without opening the tool up. To get to the pliers, do like that. One thing that I was kind of surprised, I guess I should have looked at it more, the Gerber suspension did have the spring-loaded pliers, and I like that better. Not sure which one most people prefer. I'm not a multi-tool guy, but that it was one of the first things I noticed once I held it in my hand. But it does have a good fit in the hand. I like it. Very sturdy feeling. I haven't used the pliers yet. Haven't had a need to so far, but whenever I do, I think I'll be okay. And then the screwdriver. It's got a little. This little thing does have some springiness to it. Press it down, and that allows you to pull the bit out. So number 1 and number 2 Phillips head. You press it down. You can hear it lock when you push it in. In the handle right here, it's storage for another bit. So it's got a little cut out little groove there for your thumb or fingernail. Push it down in there, and you can work that out, and it allows you to carry another one in the handle. And this is a 0 and number 3 Phillips head. It came with the flat head in the handle and the Phillips head in the actual tool itself. But things I may need this for, I would need it for Phillips head more than a flat head anyway. And a lot of times for a flat head, I could just use this edge or the backside edge of my pocket knife. So I swapped it out with the other Phillips head size. So that is the tool. I also got this to go with it. This is an accessory kit. Just going to show you these. I know most of these I probably never will use, but it'd be nice to have in my little kit once I make me a little carry bag to keep with me in my truck. See if I can get these to focus. You can tell exactly what they are, or get an idea. I'm not going to pull all of them out individually and read you what's on the side, but I will show you the packaging. But they do come in this little holder. there's that. And then the sheath that goes with it. Got this at a local store. Wanted something to keep it in. See, it has the setup on the back where you can run something through it horizontally, although it's not going to be very thick, whatever you've got to fit through there, maybe an inch at the most. But then you have a very generous open for carrying it vertically up and down. Open it up, and one thing you can tell they put a lot of thought into this holster. It didn't come with this. I kind of wish maybe I had bought one that came with the bit driver extender instead of the style, which I turned around and sold. But really, I may never even need it. But if you do have one of those bit driver extenders on this holster right here on the edges, kind of show you with this pin, you could fit the bit driver extender down in there. And it's got one on the other side as well. So if you wanted to fit two extenders in there, you could. Or I don't have it in my pocket. I just thought about it, but this would be a good place to keep a Fisher Space Pen. So if you wanted to keep a Fisher Space Pen on one side and a driver extender extension on the other, you could do that. The Velcro right here, hook and loop enclosure, it is sewn together on the bottom and it's sewn on the sides, but it's open right here. I realize with my camera set up, the black probably isn't picking up as well, but you can see it's open right there. So if you wanted to carry an extra bit down in there, you could do that, and as long as you're not hanging from anything upside down, it's not going to fall out. Probably not going to fall out even if you were. But you can see, there it is. Just pull it out of that little opening. You could probably fit probably 3 or 4 down in there if you wanted to. But I thought, it's good when people with their accessories actually put some thought into them. So you've got the 2 openings on the side. You've got the little opening right here behind the Velcro. And then also you have one back here in the back, and that fits perfect for one of these. So if you're not gonna need everything in here, all these different bits, you could just pick out the best ones that you like, or the ones you would most frequently make use of. Make one little master holder, slide it down in there, and there you go, voila. Fits down in there, and the tool itself goes down in there, and you can see it closes up very, very well. So in this one little package, you have your multi-tool. You could put an extension driver on this side. You could put a Fisher Space Pen on the other. Open it up. It's got your multi-tool, and you've even got storage in the back for all your most often used bits. So in real world life, how often I will actually make use of this, probably nowhere near as much as my pocket knife and my flashlight. But the moment my wife may say, "Tony, why do you need all these things and all these little pieces?" The moment we go out of town and I've got this in my bag and something tears up and I need to fix it with a pair of pliers, and I do that, and then it's got some goofy screwdriver head size, I open it up and pull out one of these and say, "Look, I've got one of these right here," and put it in there. She's going to say, maybe that is a pretty good thing to have. And then all will be well. So that is a Leatherman Skeletool. The sheath that goes with it, which is model number 934810. 934810. You can see the other sheaths on the back. 934810 is the 4-inch sheath, and 934890 is the 4.5-inch sheath. Now, one thing you can do, doesn't really work. If you wanted to force both of these down in here, you could. But what happens when you do that, There's not quite enough room. It'll still close, but you're not going to have as still secure enough, but not going to be quite as secure as if you just had the one, and even neither one of them. So, but either way, it still works great. So that's the Leatherman Skeletool with the bit driver set and the 4-inch Leatherman sheath. If you got any questions about this product, anything else, put them in the comments. Be sure to help you any way I can. Take a look at all my other videos, the multi-tools, the knives, the flashlights, the ink pens, the moleskin notebooks, the Bibles, the sermons, and even a video about the building itself that I'm do my studies and these little videos in, and things such as that. Probably a little something in there for everybody if you'll take a look over my channel. Take care. Thanks for watching.